Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Kid Faulkner, and I got a video for you. I was slacking this weekend, man. Yeah, it was Super Bowl weekend, so Sunday was kind of taken up with that, and then I went to a show. So this one's going to be kind of a quick one, and I apologize if you saw my video, kind of a walkthrough of the show. I'm not an expert at camera work, so may have been a little crazy. Hope you didn't get motion sickness or anything, but I just wanted to give you a chance to see what it looked like, because this is the first time I went to the California Custom Knife Show. I've seen it a couple times. Wanted to go. Usually they have it a couple weeks after Blade Show West, and I'm like so tapped out with money that I don't tend to go. But this time I noticed that there was one that they called Spring, but it's February. I don't know if that's really officially spring, but they call it the Spring California Custom Knife Show. It's about a 45-minute drive without traffic. I found out on the way home that it's more like an hour and 15 minutes with traffic. Yeah, because it's Southern California and we have a lot of traffic here. And so it's a lot of freeway driving, but not too bad at all. I was going there not planning on spending a lot of money. I know with custom knife shows, they tend to have the higher end knives. So I was kind of window shopping, quite a bit of window shopping. And I brought some money. I got to save up for Atlanta coming up, so I didn't want to go too crazy. And I just recently spent some money on knives anyway. So here's what I got. It's only 4 knives this time. And if you did see the video, you saw that it's like only like 4 or 5 rows of tables. And a lot of them are like, $1,000 plus knives, which were awesome to look at. But for me, I'm not there yet. I'm not at that level. Maybe someday, because I never would have thought I'd be up to the point of paying $500 for a knife, which is right now is my max that I've done. Didn't pay that this weekend. This weekend, when I went there was a couple people I knew that I was going to want to go and probably purchase from, and that would have been Jack Wolf Knives and Artisan Cutlery. And other than that, I didn't really expect to buy anything. And yeah, I was talking with Ben. It's been probably maybe 4 or 5 shows now. I guess I could count the number of Jack Wolf knives I have. So there's 1, there's 2, and they're all bought at shows. 3, one of these you haven't seen yet. I got to bring out a video for that. And then 4. So it's been 4 shows, actually 5, because the first one he wasn't selling knives yet. He was just showing his stuff. But 5 knives that I bought, and I got them at booths at shows. And so this one was one that was a little unexpected, but last minute decided to go up and check it out. And I'm glad I did, because they had a knife that's not even out yet. And they were available. And at the show, I got a good discount. So that's awesome. So a little preview coming up. I think it's the 19th is when the drop's happening. This is the Midnight Jack. And this one is called Chaotic. What is the term he used for that? Hang on a second. It's called Chaotic Resin. And I doubt I'm going to really get to show you how it looks on camera, but there's like a 3D depth to it, because there's a clear resin and then it's got all these colors put into it, and some of them are down lower with some clear on top, and then some are risen to the top. So hopefully with the different lighting here that I'm kind of trying to get reflections on, you can see how this really looks with like the depth that you get. Very cool, very different. All of the times that I bought knives from him, I'm getting different handles every time and different blade shapes, because I only have 4 and he's got quite a few more than that. I can't afford all of them, but this is the Midnight Jack, and it's got Someone else, it was Uncommon EDC. Jake from Uncommon EDC. He was at the show. I didn't get a chance to meet him. I really wanted to. I've since talked to him a little bit, and we're probably going to get together at some point because he lives not too far from me in California. So that's a pleasant surprise. And he had one of these on a video. So if you want to go see his video on this, you can kind of see what's coming up. Like next week, I guess it's next week from Friday, these will be available. Or maybe it's this, no, it's this Friday, I guess, or sometime this week in the 19th, whenever that is. I know Valentine's Day is coming up, and that's the 14th, so it won't be too long. These will be out. But he said that his pull wasn't as strong, and this one to me feels just as strong, if not stronger, maybe because it's brand new, than the other ones that I've gotten. Very cool. They always got the good hollow grind, good Warncliffe blade, nice tall here. It's a good size blade. I actually like it, and the handle. It just like when I was looking at the different ones that he had to offer, this is definitely the one I wanted, and. You can see, I'm going to do a more of a video, in-depth video, but this is the artwork that comes with it. It's a little bit different, and we'll talk about that when we get around to showing this in a full video, because I'm just kind of showing you what I got at the show. I got this Hank when I bought this knife, and I don't really know that much about this. This is the first. I was at the show. Vu Pham was there. We were talking a little bit, and he pulled this out of his pocket, and he goes, "Look at this thing. It's a little exo knife from Riot, but if you look closely at the blade, it's a utility blade." And then I'm looking at the box, and it says Utility Exo. It's an aluminum handle, and it was only $75. And he was showing it to me. He said, "Hey, they're probably sold out by now because these Exos are very popular, and for the price of $75, it's like, and it's got the locking mechanism. It's like a little mini Exo." So I've always kind of seen these and decided not to spend the money on them, but I kind of like the idea of having it in the collection. And I've also seen utility knives with the replaceable blade. You actually pull this piece off here. It kind of pinches in, and you spring it out, and then you can replace this blade with a fresh one when it gets dull. And so I never really kind of like avoided getting these kind of utility knives. I'll have like a regular one that you buy at Home Depot, but the fancy ones I haven't bothered to buy, and I haven't bothered to look to buy an Exo. But the combination of the two really seemed like a great thing, because I get that fidget, and I also get one of these interesting utility knife. There's a bunch of companies coming out with these interesting utility knives, so I get to play around with that. So I really like that. It's got this orange, it's aluminum handle, and it's a nice bright orange anodized. So that's nice. So I don't know. I was trying to look at it on the website. It is Riot made, but I didn't see anything there. So I don't know if it's coming out or if it's something special for the show or what. I don't know much about it. It just something I happened upon, and I wasn't expecting to buy. This knife here is one that is a ferrum forged design, but it's made by Artisan Cutlery. It's got the titanium handles, got a frame lock, S35 VN blade steel, and it's such a cool design. There's one that's from Best Tech. Can't remember the name off the top of my head. I think it's maybe a little bit bigger than this one, but I've always liked it, but it was a little bit more expensive. And I saw this one from Artisan Cutlery, and like 2-3 years ago I saw it, and I was thinking, I really like it, but $200, I don't know if I want to spend that much. But nowadays I spend $200 on a knife pretty regular, so it's not that unusual for me to spend $200 on a knife. So when I saw that it was at the table, this is the one I said, "Oh, I'm going to get this knife." However, as I was looking at this knife, and I'm opening and closing, I mean, that's part of going to the shows is just to really feel the action. And this has just outstanding action. I mean, this is a really nice knife. Fair and Forge really, knocked it out of the park. I like this design of the cutouts here. It's just very cool, and ergos are just awesome. It's really, really nice and rounded here. It's S35 titanium handles, frame lock, and the action is just almost as good as you could possibly want. So, really nice knife. But then I'm playing around with it, and then I see this one over out of the corner of my eye. Now I know I've seen this one before, but then and it's kind of cool, and it's a Gavco design, and that's something that kind of caught my eye, because I've always seen Gavco knives. They're a little bit more interesting than some of the other ones, just different kind of blade shapes and angles and designs, and you can kind of see this is a little different. It's got like a harpoon here, and so I'm looking at this one, I'm going, oh no. And it's the same price. It's about $200. And the action on this is just amazing as well. This handle looks very thin, and it's a little thin, but the way it tapers up and then has these kind of finger grooves, you get a good, it holds well, and it does feel good in the hand. I actually like it a lot more than I thought I was going to. But then the blade is what I really like on this thing. It's got this recurve, which I really like a recurve. I know some people don't like it because of sharpening issues, but I like that. And the whole shape of it, and it's Gavco. And so I'm talking to the person, going, I don't know which one I want. I can't decide. And finally, I think they got tired of listening to me whine about not being able to decide. And they gave me $25 off if I bought them both. And so I did. This one's called the Great White, and it's S35 VN, and maybe even better action. Not quite as good of an ergo. The thickness of the handle and the width this way just makes this one, which is the Valor, I forgot to mention, this is the Valor. It just fits really great in my hand, and I really like it. So they're very similar knives, but one's a little bit, they're both kind of fancy. This one's kind of a little bit more wild. This one's more, well, it's got its own little wildness with that part in there. So anyway, I'm super happy. I ended up spending more money than I thought I would, because I was only planning on getting one knife from Artisan Cutlery. This Hank that's down here, let me get these guys out of the way. This Hank was just thrown in the bag when I bought this Exo knife. It was in there. I didn't realize, and I guess Crane's Cutlery were the people that were running the booth there, and yeah, they gave me this really cool Hank with the microfiber on the back, kind of a silky feeling to this side, but really nice Hank. So I thought that was cool. I was, another little bonus. S90V on this blade steel, kind of like Jack Wolf's doing a lot with his more recent stuff. So anyway, guys, that's it. I'm going to call it now. Just a quick showing of the knives. We'll get into full videos on all of these knives a little bit later on. And I got to start catching up because I'm behind on making videos. So hopefully I'll get some more out this week. Definitely next weekend, if not before then. You guys take it easy. Have a good week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.